Criticized by many as a poor man's Rolex, Tudor has a long-standing history with the military and special operations, as well as a thriving modern unit watch program. In this video, we'll discuss Tudor's links to the military, while also unpacking the modern phenomenon of Tudors of Espionage, or TOE. Bottom line up front, the shield protects the crown. Watches of Espionage is curated by a former CIA case officer with a passion for timepieces. On the W.O.E. YouTube channel, we explore the intersection of watches and the military, intelligence, and national security. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be informed when we release new videos. Only one Swiss watch brand can claim to have been worn by everyone from Navy SEALs in the Vietnam War to the modern U.S. Secret Service counter-assault team and the French Commando combat swimmers, and that brand is Tudor. While the broader industry trends toward luxury, precious metals, and horologically significant complications, Tudor continues to carry the proverbial tool watch torch. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Tudor's position at the top of the tool watch stack is no accident. The brand's 70-plus-year relationship with the military and adventurers, extensive unit watch program, secure position within the Rolex organization, and willingness to experiment in both design and technology all contribute to making Tudor the tool watch leader of today. The reverence afforded to Tudor by members of the W.O.E. community is largely a product of the brand's long-standing associations with military organizations around the globe. Starting in the 1950s, early versions of the Tudor Submariner, which were nearly identical to Rolex's Submariner, were issued to the French Navy, with the U.S. Navy placing orders for Tudor subs soon thereafter. In the coming years, the Tudor Submariner became the watch of choice for many maritime SOF units. The watches weren't tokens for senior officers to wear in the wardroom, but tools intended for maritime special operators from the French Commando and the U.S. Navy underwater demolition teams. Also issued to and used by units from South Africa, Canada, Argentina, and Israel's elite Shayatet 13, Tudor's legend in special operations was galvanized during the Vietnam War, when the reference 7928 Submariner was issued to SEAL teams in large numbers. SEALs of the era laid the groundwork for modern SEAL tactics and culture, and the Tudor sub is an indelible aspect of the lasting image of a Vietnam frogman. Today, Tudor is the leader in customized unit watches, with a growing program that has created versions of its core models for numerous military, intelligence, and law enforcement organizations in recent years. A unit watch is a timepiece customized by the manufacturer for members of a specific unit or organization. Tudor's customizations generally include an insignia on the dial and/or an engraving on the caseback. In 2021, Tudor even developed an entirely new watch, the Pelagos FXD, for the French Commando combat swimmers. With a 42mm titanium case and fixed lugs requiring a pull-through strap, the FXD is perhaps the best example of a modern, purpose-built tool watch designed for a specific end user. Since then, Tudor's also created a unique version of its Pelagos LHD for the U.S. Secret Service counter-assault team, as well as a more recent version of the FXD for SEAL Team 6. There is also a custom Pelagos 39 for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police's Emergency Response Team, a 500-meter Pelagos for the French GIGN, and numerous other examples. Tudor's unit watch program has been a central aspect of the brand's rise to prominence among the military and SOF in recent years. The most common question we get at W.O.E.: where's the best place to buy a watch? Easy. Bezel. Bezel is a modern, tech-enabled marketplace connecting serious collectors and trusted sellers. With tens of thousands of watches and $750 million in inventory listed, they offer everything from a Rolex GMT to a Breitling Aerospace for the sketchier among us. And if it's not listed, their concierge will hunt it down. Every single watch sold goes to Bezel's headquarters for in-house authentication, checking for originality, aftermarket parts, and even cross-checking against stolen watch registries. If it doesn't pass, the sale's canceled, and their team will work to find you a replacement. Once it checks out, it's overnighted to your door, insured and ready to wear. Their app also offers 7-day no-premium auctions. If you want to buy a watch and mitigate risk, Bezel is where you start. Download the Bezel app or visit getbezel.com, because in this world, authenticity is everything. Tudor's unit watch program was inherited from its big brother, Rolex. In the 90s and early 2000s, Rolex produced watches for the Italian National Police Diving Unit, as well as the British Special Air Service and Special Reconnaissance Regiment. But as the Crown shifted its focus even further in the direction of luxury, the program was passed to Tudor, where it truly took off. Many of these seldom-seen unit projects would have serious marketing value for Tudor, but the brand does not officially acknowledge the existence of the program, which is clear evidence that Tudor is in this space for the right reasons. Founded by Hans Wilsdorf in 1926 as a more affordable alternative, Tudor is sometimes derided as an inferior watch living under Rolex's considerable shadow. Why would someone with the means to own a Rolex purchase a Tudor? Isn't a Tudor just a poor man's Rolex? These statements ignore Tudor's proud history with the military and dive communities, as well as the brand's current efforts to keep the tool watch alive within the Swiss luxury tier, a noble burden modern Rolex seems uninterested in bearing. Admittedly, Rolex's heritage in the arena of tool watches is all but unmatched, responsible for creating the Submariner, Explorer, Daytona, and other icons, several of which boast indelible links to the military. However, putting it mildly, the brand has changed, ascending in price and status well into the world of luxury, far beyond the means of the soldiers, divers, and explorers who helped build the Crown's legend. Over the years, Rolex's watches have also become less utilitarian, favoring ceramic bezel inserts, polished surfaces, and a luxury look intended to satisfy modern flex culture. That aspect, coupled with limited availability, means that Rolex is no longer the go-to option for our community it once was. Another component of Tudor's rise is its secure position within the Rolex organization. Even though modern Tudor is so much more than a poor man's Rolex, it's still a small brand in comparison, claiming only 1% of the Swiss industry's implied retail market share compared to Rolex's massive 30% share. If not for its position under the Rolex umbrella, Tudor wouldn't have the security to experiment with more avant-garde designs or concentrate on military projects that are likely not key drivers of revenue. Within the Rolex organization, the shield protects the crown, but it's important to remember the crown is the thing with the gold and the jewels and is ultimately responsible for the bottom line, allowing Tudor to do what it does best: producing luxury tool watches informed by the shield's history and ethos. Beyond its customized unit watches, Tudor is also one of the very few brands in the luxury tier that prioritizes experimenting in technology and design, even producing entirely new models with military and special operations units in mind. As Rolex continues to be incremental and safe with its design evolution, Tudor provides an outlet for innovation. An excellent example of the trend is the Pelagos FXD. The fact that a Swiss luxury brand designed, prototyped, and produced a specialized $4,000 titanium dive watch with fixed lugs and a hook-and-loop strap shows what modern Tudor is all about. Being niche isn't always a bad thing, and the broader Pelagos line has gone on to be a commercial success as well as the base of numerous unit watch projects. Add to that a watch like the Pelagos Ultra, unveiled in 2025, a 43mm 1,000-meter rated dive watch with some quirky design elements, or even something like the P01 from back in 2019, and it's easy to see how willing Tudor is to push the envelope, all to the benefit of those who value the use your tools ethos. In an industry where the majority of Swiss brands have traded purpose for luxury, Tudor is one of the only brands still dedicated to producing tools meant to be worn and used. Its legacy with military and intelligence professionals isn't marketing, it's history, and heritage matters. Tudor has carved out a distinct lane by producing watches that prioritize function, durability, and integrity over hype and flex culture. In a world of safe bets and decisions made in boardrooms surrounded by consultants, Tudor continues to fight the good fight. What's your favorite tool watch from Tudor? Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and hit the bell icon to be informed when we release new videos. For even more, check out our website, watchesofespionage.com, for more content, as well as our collection of watch straps and other purpose-built tools designed for our community. Until next time, happy hunting.